What's up, you guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 11 episode 5. The episode is titled Baby Bump in the Road. Now you guys, before we get started, let's do a quick recap of what happened last week. So we had the girls still talking about the jock cheating fiasco. The BAM decides to tell Kendra what is going on. Carly has a party to welcome her to Legacy Records. She invites everyone to the party. It was a nice little party. She plays the unfinished demo of Spice's song, and Spice is annoyed with her about that. And then Mama D, Scrap, and the BAM, they get together to discuss who should bring who, like who should bring the kids to her house. So it was a pretty good episode. If you did not check out my review on last week's episode, be sure to go ahead and do that. And alright guys, let's just jump right into this. Oh, also, if you like the content, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, so I thank you in advance. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. So the episode opens up with Carly Red and her daughter Jasmine, and it's a cute little scene. They're in the house together, and Carly goes in her room and takes her phone, like who's calling you. So she checks her phone, and of course Jasmine is not happy about that. She's like, I'm 28 years old now, I am not a kid anymore. And of course she feels like her mom treats her like a kid still. So Carly starts saying that her daughter is spoiled and she still lives with her and doesn't pay rent. She gets a weekly allowance and she doesn't help with anything, not at any of the stores or restaurants or anything like that. So Carly sits her down and she wants to have a conversation with her basically about being more responsible and taking on more responsibility at the store. So Carly's basically telling her, like, you're the only person I have that I can trust, but you don't want to help me out with like my businesses or anything like that. You don't answer my phone calls, you be ducking me. So Jasmine is basically like, yeah, because I'm living my life. Like, that's what people do, right? And then Carly says, not when I'm paying you. So I wonder if that weekly allowance is really her paycheck for working in one of the restaurants or one of the stores, but she's not actually doing the work. That's what it sounds like. And Carly, I know that's your baby and you love her, but maybe stop paying her if she's not doing the work, and then maybe she'll at least come in and start working a little bit as opposed to like never. And if you guys don't remember from last season when Carly's daughter was introduced to us, and if it wasn't last season, maybe it was this season before last, she basically says that she wasn't around for her daughter. She was always working and away and going from town to town. So I think Carly has a little bit of guilt about that. So she basically gives her daughter whatever she wants and allows her to do things that she typically would not allow her to get away with just because she feels bad. So Jasmine's saying like she can't deal with all the ups and downs. Like she feels like her mom is basically crazy, and she's like, no, I don't want any parts of it. She wants her mom to be on the road talking about Louis, Gucci, Fendi, popping collars. Y'all, that song is crazy to me. But she's like basically like everyone else, we all love our mothers, but you know, they can drive us crazy. So I guess being at the age that she's at, like she can't deal and she doesn't want to be bothered. So Carly starts talking about how she was really upset at the event, what happened with Spice, and Spice not really being supportive of her and not taking her seriously. And Jasmine tells her that, listen, Spice just wants you to be serious about it before she jumps back into things with you. And I feel like she's giving her mom an honest dose of reality, like in a nice way. And Carly seems to be receiving it well. So Carly says, yeah, but she should not have addressed it in front of everyone. And her daughter says, you know, well, I can agree with you on that one. I get it. I mean, I guess it's a little less embarrassing if it's not in front of everyone, but Spice really didn't have a choice. Like, she didn't find out about any of this until she got to the party. So she kind of had to address it in front of other people because of where they were at, but I don't know. So Carly's like, I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna prove everybody wrong. And Jasmine is just cracking up at her. But Carly is so funny, but she is dead serious. She must really have this dream because, man, she will not let this go. So I guess it's pretty cool. Like, go ahead, live your dream if you can. I don't think like anybody is buying a Carly Red album anytime soon. So fast forward and the scene opens up in New York City, and we're with Sierra and Eric. and Sierra's cooking for him, and she looks cute with her hair. I like her little hairdo. She looks real cute. She always looks cute. And she's cooking for Eric. So we find out that the house that they just moved into, and actually they didn't even finish moving into the house. They had still like a lot of work to do. But that house gets robbed. The guys come in, they have guns and everything. So now Sierra does not feel comfortable and she wants to move. Like, even though they literally just bought that house like 2 weeks ago, she wants to move. And I guess I can get it. I mean, thank heavens I have never been through that situation, and Lord willing, that will never happen to me. But I would probably feel just as uncomfortable. Like, everyone's not in the financial place where they could just up and move like that. So I get it. A lot of people probably don't, and they just deal with it. But man, that's scary. Like, I may want to move too. Like, I'd be nervous just being in the house. And what if they come back? That's just that's scary. So Sierra says, even though I'm from Atlanta, I'm starting to get nervous there. Like, she's really shaken up. She's starting to get scared being in Atlanta with everything that's going on. You know, we've been hearing on the news how Buckhead, all the good neighborhoods, like, people are starting to travel to those neighborhoods and rob homes, rob cars, all that good stuff. So it's really taking an effect on Sierra. And Eric, probably because he's hood, he's real street, he's used to stuff like this. He's like, you saying that is really making me upset because we just bought this big house there. Sierra says $500,000 of their belongings was stolen. And these guys came in there with guns and everything. Like, they did not care if they were there or not there. So Eric is saying that you can't live life being scared. Like, that means you're not going to go to the gas station, you're not going to go to the store, you're not going to fly on a plane. And I completely get what he's saying. You don't want to be like a fearmonger. You don't want to be scared of everything. But I mean, this literally just happened, Eric. Give her a break. Sierra's like, I mean, I want to move, bottom line. So Eric is saying, so what do you want to do? You want to sell the house and go back to an apartment? Sierra's like, well, no, I could go to a condo, to a high rise. I want to go anywhere where I feel safe. So then they have a back and forth because Eric feels like paying rent is a waste of money. You should be putting that money into a mortgage, basically back into yourself, so your property could be making you money. It's going to appreciate over time. But paying someone else to live in their apartment, you know, is not a good idea. Sierra does not care. Like, she wants to move. She's nervous, she's scared, she feels uncomfortable, and she wants to move. So Sierra is really upset, and in her confessional she says that she feels like Eric is very money driven, and right now she's not feeling it. Like, she wants to feel more safe. She doesn't care about the money. So then, y'all, Sierra says, I said bottom line, I want to move. And Sierra is so funny. She does not play. She does not give Eric an inch. What she says she means. And I guess I get it. I'm a softie, but sometimes you do have to be that way with guys because you give them an inch and they take a mile. So Sierra says she just rather feel safe than anything else. And if you can't understand that, then she'll go get herself an apartment and Eric can stay in the house. So now Eric is really mad. In his confessional, he's saying that Sierra asked for a house and he gave her a dream home, her dream home. And he's like, he's doing all this compromise from her. He moved all the way from New York to Atlanta just for her. You know, she has to compromise some. And I didn't realize he moved from New York to Atlanta just to be with her. Oh, Sierra, you should budge just a little bit for him. But then I don't know, like, drop that in the comments and let me know what you guys think, because I'm torn. Like, on one end, I completely agree with Sierra. That is scary. And on the other end, I'm like, he keeps asking for this stuff that, you know, I don't know, may or may not be a big deal. So should Sierra budge, or is this something that she should like stand strong in? What would y'all do? So y'all, the scene ends with Eric saying, I see you, like I see what's going on with you now. You just have selfish ways. And Sierra ever so politely says, I'm sorry, boo-boo, but I'm not staying in that house. Sierra is crazy. So fast forward and we are back in Atlanta, and the scene opens up at Spice's house, and we have Spice and her mom and her sister and Mena, and who else comes? And Shekinah. So they are waiting to see if Spice's album 10 is Grammy nominated for Best Reggae Album of the Year. So you guys, I think Spice looks kind of cute again. I can't believe like 2 episodes in a row I said she looks nice, because y'all know I do not think she dresses cute. Spice, I love her, but the dressing, I don't know, I'm not so sure about. But I know Jamaicans like bright colors and they like to be super flashy, so I guess that's where her fashion comes from. But she looks cute. She has on her clothing line, I think you pronounce it Gracie Noir, and she just has on like a purple, lilac purple colored sweatsuit, and then she has her blue hair, as you know, she loves that blue hair. So she looks cute and she looks just like her mom. So Shekinah gets to meet Spice's mom and she hugs her and they're all like catching up. So they start talking about Carly and Shekinah's like, well, where's Carly at? And Spice is saying, we're basically not talking right now. So she's like, Carly invited me to this album release party that wasn't really an album release because the album is not finished yet. And then she wants to play the track they do together, the demo that's not even finished. Spice says she really was insulted that Carly played that unfinished song at the party, and it just kind of shows how Carly is not taking her craft seriously, and she's also not taking Spice seriously. And she's saying that, you know, she's spent a long time building her career and it wasn't an overnight success, and Carly should appreciate that and never do anything that could like diminish her brand. And she feels like Carly takes it like so lightly, so it's offensive to her. So Shekinah is basically like, well, help her out, help the girl out. And Spice is saying, I will help her, but she has to be serious. She cannot waste my time. And I completely agree with that. Spice is nice enough to work with you. You know, she's not gonna work with me. Spice would never work with like just some random person. You guys are friends and she is really helping you out. And you should appreciate that, Carly, by not wasting her time. Be on time and be prepared. So Spice starts telling Shekinah and Mena that she's having a fashion show for her new clothing line, Gracie Noir, and she's inviting everyone. And she wants them to model too. So Mena's like, can me and Jock model together? Mena, too soon and not funny. And Shekinah's face is just looking like, girl, don't even do it. And let me just say, Shekinah's makeup looks really pretty. She looks really good. I am really loving Shekinah this season. She lost some weight. She looks so good. In Shekinah's confessional, she's saying Mena doesn't want a catwalk with Jock. She wants Jock to walk back into that cat. Shekinah is crazy. But she's saying, you know, okay, he's married now. Leave that boy alone. Move on. And I'm like, Mena, yeah, Mena, you need to move on. They like literally just got married and you're still cracking jokes and you think it's funny that, you know, you have this like secret connection with him. That's rude and it's immature, and just move on. And Mena's like, he's still my friend. Like, we're just friends. Thank heavens all the girls say, no, you are not. You are not still friends with him. You cannot be friends with him any longer. You've caused all of this drama. Jock is a mess. He always proves that he cannot have women as friends. Look at him and Carly Red. I mean, Jock is a mess. You guys are not friends anymore. Then Shekinah's like, sidebar from all of that mess, because that is just way too much. It was so sad at the wedding that a girl comes out on the internet saying Jock has a baby with her. Y'all, this is so jive. They are still gossiping about Jock and Kendra. This is so terrible. And they're all laughing and having a good kiki all about Jock and Kendra. So Spice is saying that we don't know if this rumor is true or what, but he does have 9 kids already, or 8 kids already, so he may have 9 now. So now they turn up the volume on the TV. They're about to find out if Spice got the Grammy nomination. And surprise, surprise, Spice's album is Grammy nominated. And she is so excited. Like, she's crying, her mom is crying, and everyone is just so supportive and happy for her. And this scene like really moved me because she talks about her mom just being an awesome mom. They lost their dad when they were very young, and her mom really had to struggle to take care of them, and she did everything she could to take care of her kids. And Spice saw her mom working so hard, so she just really wanted to help out, and she, you know, was good at music, so she really threw herself into the music and tried to make it so she can take care of everyone in her family, especially her mom. Spice was able to take care of her family, and she's just so proud of herself, and it's nostalgic. She's just thinking back like, man, just watching my mom work so hard, and her mom has tears in her eyes and she's crying, and she's like, mommy, don't cry, we made it. Like, we made it, we're good now. And I love hearing stories like that. Another reason why I just love Spice, she has an awesome story. She's an excellent performer. Like, I love Spice. So fast forward, we are in the park with Sierra and Eric, and they're taking a walk, and then Sierra has a confessional, and she's saying that they had a party and her mom just drank and drank the entire time, and they ended up having to take her to the hospital. They thought that her liver was completely damaged, and they told her that if she ever drinks again, she could die. So her drinking has become a huge problem. Like, she has to stop drinking now. Sierra's mom has been in the hospital for 7 days now, and the doctors were saying that it looks like cirrhosis of the liver. And Sierra is really scared because, you know, she's saying that having cirrhosis of the liver means that you're not gonna live much longer. So Sierra says that with everything going on, she knows that Eric has her back at the end of the day, and she's thankful to have him there. So the scene opens up with Carly Red and Spice at the studio, and Carly finished her song, you guys. So she's letting Spice hear how the song turned out, and Spice is really, really excited, and she's proud that Carly finished the song, and she's lets her know that this is what I'm talking about. Now I can tell you're taking it serious. So this is what I want to see from you. And Carly, in her confessional, she's saying, Spice, I know you've been Grammy nominated and all, but this is me, girl. Bring it down a notch. And no, Carly, she's being professional. That's how she got Grammy nominated. If you want to be Grammy nominated, you should be more professional too. So Carly is super excited for the good feedback that she got from Spice, and she's saying, like, I am really determined. I'm so serious. You know, I don't want anybody to Louis Prada Fendi me or Louis Gucci Prada me ever again. And you guys, then the camera, oh my goodness, they flash back to 10 years ago. Carly on stage. I completely forgot all about this. Carly is singing her song, Louis Prada Fendi, Gucci Louis Prada. I don't remember the words, but something like that. And then she's like, pop tags, pop tags. First of all, this is terrible, Carly. She's come a long way from this. Even her dance moves were horrible. And the camera guys are a mess because they always zoom in on the craziest stuff. Like, they definitely caught that she looks a mess. Look at her daggone feet. How could you not two-step right? I was just cracking up at that. But so Carly plays the song that they did together for Spice. She finished it, and it's a finished product, and she is ready to play it for Spice. So she plays the track, and Spice actually loves what she did, and she is proud of Carly for all of her hard work. Then she asked the studio engineer to leave so she can give her the real rundown, and Carly is looking nervous, and Spice is like, well, I hate the chorus, but I like everything else. So I was so excited to hear that Spice really liked the song, and she had just that little bit of feedback. But once Carly gets it all together, Spice will be on board with her. So the scene opens up with Rich and Scrappy, and they're at a cigar bar, and the woman selling them the cigars is saying, I am going to give you guys a medium placenta. And Scrappy's like, wait, a placenta? And they all start laughing. The woman corrects him, no, the placenta. I don't really know what the placenta is, but I guess it was a funny cigar joke if you are into cigars. So Scrappy says he invited Rich and Young Jock to the cigar bar because he really wants to get to the bottom of what's going on with Jock. Because y'all know last week the BAM told him to talk to Jock and figure out what's going on, because she's definitely going to be talking to Kendra. So Jock walks in, Scrappy and Rich, they stand up to greet him and they're joking around. And Scrappy's saying like, if conspiracy was a person, it'd be you. And they both start cracking up, and Jock is looking like, all right, whatever, let me go get a cigar, I'll be back. So Rich and Scrappy are talking, and they're just laughing about Jock coming in so easy breezy, like nothing is wrong. Meanwhile, they got tons of questions. So fast forward, Kendra meets up with the BAM, and the BAM, you already know, she's about to tell her everything. So we're about to find out what happens. So Kendra arrives to Bambi and Scrappy's house, and Bambi has a nice little setup for her. I like her little game room downstairs. She has, well, I don't know if it's a game room for the kids or a man cave / game room. I'm not sure, because there's a bar there, but there's also a air hockey table and a popcorn machine, so it kind of just looks like a fun room where the family can go and relax. She has some hookah set up for Kendra, so we're about to see what's going down. Bambi is nervous. She's saying that Kendra looks good. She's glowing. She looks happy and happy to be married. So she's thinking that Kendra hasn't heard anything about the rumors. So now we flash back to Jock and Rich and Scrappy talking at the cigar bar. So Scrappy gets right into the foolishness. He's not playing. He's like, so bro, listen, okay? There was like a silent word going around that you have a baby on the way. So Jock is playing it cool, and he's acting like he doesn't know what's going on, and he's saying like, I need another drink, tell me what's going on, tell your cousin. And Jock is basically trying to say, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. He's like, you let the internet tell it that me and Carly are still the best thing popping right now. So Scrap is saying that, listen, Scrap, well, first of all, Scrap is looking so confused, like, man, the way you're moving is wild right now. He's like in disbelief. Meanwhile, Scrappy, you had some wild stuff going on back in the day too. So you shouldn't be judging if you are judging. But anyway, I'm glad that another man is holding Jock accountable for his actions. So Scrap is like, listen, Kendra is over with the BAM right now, and Bambi thinks that she knows something that Kendra doesn't know. So basically, she's about to tell her everything. And Jock is saying, anything that goes on with me, my wife is privy to it. And see, y'all, that is what I'm talking about. A lot of times, women know what's going on in the relationship. We're gonna find out what happens, but he's saying, whatever the situation is, Kendra knows. He's not denying it. He's not saying that he did it. He's just saying whatever's going on, Kendra knows, so it's not a problem. He's playing it real cool, y'all. So in Scrappy's confessional, he's just like me. Like, he's wondering what in the world is going on. He's like, does that mean you did do it? You didn't do it? You don't know if you did it? Because right now, you're giving me mixed vibes. And this is all like, I'm cracking up because I'm like, Scrappy, now you see what these guys do to us. They do all types of dirt and then try to talk in daggone parables. Like, what in the world is going on? What's the truth? Let us all know so that we can move forward. So now we go back to Kendra and the BAM at the house, and Bambi is starting to get into it. She's like, Kendra, listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Jock is out here doing some crazy stuff. Like, let me just let you know in advance. And Kendra looks so very concerned. And can I just say, Kendra, I know you're going through it, because the wig looks terrible. The makeup looks terrible. I don't like what you have on. Kendra, Bambi said you're glowing, but you don't really look glowing to me. You look like something ain't right. I don't know, but maybe this is just a bad hair and makeup day. I actually don't know if I ever liked Kendra's wigs. They always look kind of like a shake and go, but to each his own. I mean, she can like shake and goes. There's nothing wrong with a good shake and go. I used to review wigs all the time, so I completely get it. They're easy. Especially with her, like, having to film scenes, maybe it's just easier for her, I don't know. So basically, Bambi is saying that there's a baby rumor out there, and the woman is basically saying that Jock knows about the baby, and she's trying to get child support and all of this stuff, and Kendra is just looking very confused. So the BAM gets a call from Erica Mena, and we find out that Erica is on her way to the house, and we should have known Erica wants to be involved in the mess. So Bambi is saying, like, listen, Kendra, Erica is about to come over. We do not have to finish this conversation with her being here. But Erica has some tea too, and she goes on to tell her about all of the Meta stuff, right? So the whole time, Kendra is just smoking the hookah. She is sucking it like nobody's business, and she is just looking crazy. Like, what in the world am I hearing right now? So the scene goes back to the guys at the cigar bar, and Rich is saying, listen, I talked to Erica Mena and this is what she told me. And then there's a flashback to Erica Mena and Rich at the park, and Erica is just giving Rich the rundown. Like, a girl reached out saying, oh, he really married Kendra. He's been messing with Meta for all this time. And Rich is just in disbelief. So Scrap is so funny. He's like, listen, I only been on quarantine for like a week. I come back, Jock got a mistress and a baby. Rich is walking through Piedmont Park with Erica Mena. He's like, what in the world is going on? So at this point, I know Jock is lying about some stuff because he's trying to be too calm and too politically correct about everything, talking about, if you talking about when I was a bachelor and engaged, but doing some bachelor type stuff. Now, first of all, Jock, no, you sound like you're lying. That all sounds like a lie, and you're trying to talk roundabout so no one really gets it or understands, or you guys get off topic. So now we're back at the BAM's house, and Erica Mena has arrived, and she looks real cute. She has on like an all white jumpsuit. It's like a cropped jacket and some like white joggers, and she has her hair curly. She looks cute, and they are about to get into it, y'all. This is crazy. I'm excited. I'm excited for the mess. So Kendra really wants to know what's going on. She's saying she knows nothing, so fill me in, like, what's going on? So Erica says, so you don't know Meta at all? You've never met Meta? And Kendra's saying, no, like, I've never met this girl. And Erica goes on to say, after I had the baby, Jock had a game night at his house and Meta was there. They do a flashback of the game night, and they show Jock and Meta. They're meeting up, they're together. I guess they're the first ones to arrive at the game night, and he's basically telling her, like, thank you for helping me put this whole thing together. So they actually spent enough time together to plan a game night together. Y'all, it's going down. So Kendra is in full-on lawyer mode, and she is ready to get to the bottom of all of this. So she's like, listen, who has her number? We need to call her now. And Bambi's like, wait, okay, hold on. We need to figure out how to do this without looking weird. And I'm glad Bambi is like the voice of reasoning, because you can't just call somebody going off because you're all emotional. So Bambi is trying to put together a plan so that they can call Meta and get to the bottom of everything. So the scene goes back to the guys at the cigar bar, and Jock is still denying everything. He's like, listen, Meta was strictly business. So now Scrappy's like, all right, okay, whatever. Now I want to know, what in the world are you, Rich, doing with Erica Mena? Scrappy is crazy. He's like, fill me in on all of this, because I have been out of the loop. So the guys, they're all cracking up. Rich gets up and runs. He's like, listen, y'all are trying to put me in a corner, so I am outie. I will catch y'all later. Love you, goodbye. And Rich leaves. So now the camera goes back to the girls at the BAM's house, and they're still figuring out what they're gonna do and what they're gonna say when they call Meta. So Kendra's going off, and she's like, had I known all of this, I would have never married him. I wouldn't have had my brother here. I wouldn't have had my mom here. Everybody in Jock's face, and he's lying. And then she starts crying, and she's like, when my dad died, Jaceel was in the hospital room with her. And Kendra is crying, and she just feels betrayed. Like, why is he doing all of this? Meanwhile, he's in my face trying to pretend like he's the perfect man, trying to be there for me. Meanwhile, he's there for me, but he's also there for the girl with the baby and Meta. So Kendra is really, really emotional, and she's saying, you know, why is Jock wasting my time? I am super good to him. I take care of him. I give his ex-wife money. I give his baby mom's money. And Kendra, that's your problem right now. You're doing way too much for Jock. Just way too much. And I know us as women, we want to take care of our man. That's like in us. We take care of our families. We take care of our children. We want to take care of our man. And unfortunately, you cannot always do that with every man. Some men, you can do that. The actions will be reciprocated and it'll be a happy little relationship. But you have to know your partner. You cannot do that with a man like Jock. He's only going to take advantage. The nicer you are, the more he thinks he has you in his like clutches, and he's going to continue to do outrageous stuff. Like, why in the world are you paying his child support and giving his ex-wife money? That ex-wife, they have not been married for years. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you guys know when they got divorced. But I think they've been divorced for at least like 20 years. I mean, this show has been on for about 10 years and he wasn't married on the show. So, I mean, they have been divorced for a very long time. Why in the world are you giving her money? No, if she needs money and that's something that her and Jock do, then Jock should be giving her money. It has nothing to do with you, Kendra. And that just kind of made me mad because now you're doing the most. You're being the best wife that you can be for him. You're putting your best foot forward and he's just sucking up all of your goodness. So they end up calling Sierra on the phone and Kendra's just like, she sounds like she's about to cry once again. And she's saying, Sierra, please tell me what's going on. So Sierra's trying to give her the rundown. And all the while, Erica and the BAM are trying to get Mena on the phone. And then Jock just so happens to call. And Kendra's face, y'all, says it all. She is like, oh, I am about to kill him. So as soon as she picks up the phone, Kendra starts going in and she's telling him, listen, you lied to me, my brother, my mama, your mama, the kids. You done lied to everybody, Jock. So Jock starts saying, you know about Mena. I told you about her. She wanted to buy a house and all this other nonsense. Now, what in the world does her having a house, wanting to buy a house have to do with anything, Jock? On the daggone flashback, they just showed you at your game night and Mena was there and she helped you plan it. What does that have to do with buying a house? You told Kendra one thing to make it look innocent and then you're doing something completely different. So Kendra's saying, listen, she's saying she's been messing with you for all of these years. If you've messed with her anytime after 2015 is on. So y'all, Jock, still playing it cool, ends up saying, does anybody have Mena's telephone number? Now, why did you say that, Jock? Guys drive me crazy. You know you are lying and you are daggone 12 feet deep in this mess and you want to call Mena, and it's probably because he thinks Mena is going to lie for him. So we're about to see if Mena is going to tell the truth or if she is going to lie for Jock. So they FaceTime Mena, right? Soon as she answers, Kendra grabs the phone and she's like, I heard you've been messing with Jock since 2016 on. Is that true? Yes or no? So Mena says the last time she messed with Jock was in 2019. Now, Mena, you're lying. You tried to shave a couple years off of the total. Because if I remember correctly, at Spice's party, you definitely said you were messing with him in 2021. And she's saying the last time they actually had sex was a year or two prior to 2019. So what, 2019, 18, 17. So that still puts you sleeping with him after 2015. So you're still in hot water. So why not tell the full truth? Why? I mean, it's all looks bad. It doesn't make you look any better. Or Jock. In Bambi's confessional, she says, Mena, at this point, you are captain of the daggone side chick coalition. So if you did something, you're going to have to own it. And yes, you have to own what you did, Mena. I'm so mad you're backpedaling. You were doing all that gossiping. You went to Spice's house and gossiped multiple times. You gossiped on the phone with her multiple times. You went to the party and gossiped with the entire party the entire night. And now you want to backpedal. Stand in it like you were standing in it before. So y'all, the scene closes with Kendra saying, basically, 19 or 17, as long as it happened after 2015, Jocelyne, you are getting a two-piece. And she's going to a hotel, and I don't blame her. This is a mess. So we're gonna see what happens next, y'all. So fast forward, the scene opens up with Sierra and Eric, and we have Eric's mom and Sierra's mom, and she is just getting out of the hospital. So Sierra's mom is saying she feels a lot better and she's happy to be home. Sierra is giving an update on her mother's condition. The doctor is saying that she has a very fatty liver, and if she does not stop drinking like now, it's going to turn into cirrhosis of the liver. So she cannot drink anymore. She's done. And this whole situation hits home for Eric and his mom, because Eric is saying this entire situation reminds me of my dad. And we lost him, and you guys are about the same age. Like, you're the same age that my dad was when he passed away. So this is a critical moment, and he's just reminiscing, and he's nervous for her. Like, you know, you have to stop, because if you die, it's going to affect your children and everyone around you the most. The people you leave behind are the ones who have to pick up the pieces. And she has 3 girls who she needs to be there for. And Eric's mother, she's so sweet. Eric looks just like his mom, like just like her. They're both cute. So Eric's mom is saying, although this is a terrible situation, it can be turned around. So we need to stick together as a family and get through this. So it's really up to Sierra's mom. Like, she has to be willing to stop. She has to want it. Y'all, fast forward. Now we are back with Kendra and Jock. Kendra has been staying at a hotel, so I guess this is the first time she's really seeing Jock since they had the altercation, or the incident on the phone. Y'all, Kendra shows up in her best freakum dress. She put on the long dress with the split up the side. She got her makeup on and her hair done, and she is about to let Jock have it. So they get right into it. And Kendra is saying that all of this stuff I'm hearing, some of it is rumors and some of it is not rumors. And I had to sit and pretend like I did not know that you could potentially have a baby on the way. Say what? So Kendra, you know about this baby? What in the, this is, I told y'all these girls be knowing. This is a mess. So Kendra goes on to tell us that in 2019, they took a break. And Jock was dating other people, she was dating other people, so I guess that's when the pregnancy happened. Once they got back together, Jock told her that all of this was going on. There's potentially a baby. So Kendra is saying that she can't be mad at him for the baby part because she already knew what was going on. She accepted him back knowing this information. And that, like, I guess I get, but if it were me, I wouldn't want you anymore. You already have so many kids, and then we break up. We don't have all the information. I don't know if they broke up for a long time, a short period of time. Like, I don't really know, but we broke up, and you're being irresponsible all the while we broke up. And I'm sure part of the reason we took a break was you were making poor decisions. So you continued to make poor decisions instead of trying to do a better job, like trying to improve yourself. So, and then Kendra is in her confessional talking about do what you do, because Ken was definitely doing the same thing. And I mean, Kendra, this still doesn't sound good. Like, I get it. But you still, at the end of the day, got played. Like, he's disrespecting you. None of this looks good. So everything that you're saying, you just kind of look silly. And I feel even more bad for you. This is hard to watch, y'all. I can't wait for this to be over. I can't with this situation any longer. So they finished talking, and Kendra is saying, you know, I chose to love you through this baby situation, and they're still trying to figure out how to deal with that. If it's Jock's baby, like, they have so many conversations to have with other people and explanations to give, and especially from her part, because she's the woman, and all her friends, her family, they're all gonna wonder, like, well, why are you taking him back? Like, I can just imagine the conversations that she's gonna have to have around this. And she's saying, now you're throwing this Mena mess into it, and it's just a lot, and it looks really bad. So Kendra's saying during the conversation that she had with Bam and Erica, she acted more surprised than she should have been because they've been dealing with the situation privately, and she wasn't ready to, like, I guess, talk about it. And I understand that. Like, I can give her some grace. I understand that she because if it were me and I walked into a situation like that and I'm none the wiser, which also is stupid to me because you know all of this is going on. You're not checking the blogs every day. Like, I would have been on top of it every blessed day. I would have been searching it because if it comes out, I'm going to want to get ahead of it. Like, I'm going to want to talk to people first. But I don't know, Kendra was just going with the flow. I have no idea why she wasn't staying on top of the situation. But if it were me, I may have been caught off guard too, and just may have, I don't know if I would have did all of that she was doing, because she was being extra. Meanwhile, you know all about all of this stuff. But I may have tried to play it off too, like I didn't know. I don't know. I mean, I can guess she was embarrassed. So I'm going to extend some grace, even though she sat in my face and pretended like she didn't know what was going on and got me all worked up emotionally. So Jock is still playing it cool. Typical man talking about, I thought once we said vows, we weren't going to bring any of this up anymore. Now, first of all, this was brought to Kendra, Jock. So you should have dealt with all of your mess, because now it's coming to Kendra and now you guys have to deal with it again. So Jock, you're still not taking care of your business. You're still lying and you're still giving half truths. And now I'm thinking back, you got all of this stuff going on, Jock, and Kendra knows about it. And you did that stuff at the wedding with Country Wayne. Like, everything you do is just in poor taste. Jock, grow up. This is so annoying. Okay, so let me get back on target, you guys. So Jock is saying, I thought we weren't going to talk about this anymore. And Kendra promptly lets him know, okay, this was brought to me. I had no choice but to deal with it because it was brought to me. I'm going to say this for Kendra because she didn't say it. She's trying to be nice, sweet wife again when that gets you nowhere. He's going to continue to cross boundaries because you're not laying down the law. So I'm going to lay it down for her. I took you back after all of this stuff that's going on. I still took you back. Now I'm finding out more information. What in the world is wrong with you, Jaceel? Why didn't you come clean with everything once you came clean with that baby? I don't care you thought we're married now and we're starting off fresh. You were just messing with Mena in 2019. How did you think with us being on TV, I would never find any of this out? You should have came clean with everything. You don't come clean with bits and pieces. So now I can't trust you for real. Like, I just can completely not trust you. So who's to say in another 2 weeks or 2 months or 6 months, another piece of non-truth is gonna come out? Like, you cannot be trusted, and I'm done with you, Jock. I'm done. I'm not coming back. And scene. Kendra is telling him to fix it, and if you can't fix it, it's going to be difficult for us to move forward in the marriage. Jock is like, Kendra, did you accept everything that came along with me when you said I do? Yeah, she did. The things that she knew. You're bringing her stuff that she did not know about. You did not give her all the information to make an educated decision, Jock. You gave her half truths. So now she's left with more questions. So Kendra says, yes, I did accept everything that came along with you. And Jock is saying, I did too. Like, there's something so horrible that comes along with Kendra. She's not embarrassing you in the streets. Now, I know that we all have our stuff with us, and Kendra's not perfect. No one's perfect. However, there is a big difference between someone being completely disrespectful, completely out of line, crossing so many boundaries, so many personal boundaries, than someone who may have, I don't know what Kendra has going on, but maybe like she snores at night, or maybe she works all the time. Two completely different things to have to deal with. They drive me crazy, y'all. But basically that was the end of the episode. Y'all, it is going down still. Drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. If you made it this far and you enjoyed the content, please be sure to like this video. Also subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun doing this review with you guys. I will catch you next week for next week's episode. If you did not catch my review from last week, be sure to check it out, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.